Hello everyone, this is Serge Moore with another episode of New Belt Day Review. Today's belt is actually, it's not New Belt Day, it was 2 days ago, but things got in the way and I wasn't able to film till today. But today's belt is a WCW World title, the one they used between 91 and 94. It was held by Ric Flair, Ron Simmons, Sting, and Vader. And it is probably one of my favorite belts along with the Winged Eagle, Big Eagle, ICW. This is probably my favorite WCW belt. So let's start off with, first of all, I want to tell you, this was made by Mian Mudasar, which is a very close friend of mine. I don't even consider him a customer. He's really like a business partner. We have been working with each other since last year, but I want to make sure everyone knows this is going to be a 100% honest review, just like I told him I was going to do. I'm not playing favorites. I'm going to be 100% honest. So here we go. First of all, let's talk about customer service. It's really important to me, as I've stated before. There's no reason we should accept lesser customer service just because these belts are coming from overseas. Now, Mian is someone that I have never had a problem with on customer service. He has provided me many sets of plates and belts before, and anytime there was an issue, even if it was months later and I advised him, hey, I noticed this with the belt, he has always been very upfront and willing to fix it, send me the correct plate, or just figure out a way to make me happy. And that's something I always appreciate about him, and that's why I've worked with him for so long. Mateen is the other one that is just like that. Any issues you have, you contact him and he will assist you. And I really think Mian is on his way there. He has become a very trustworthy partner. So now let's go into the overview, and I'm gonna just show you the belt. Are you ready for this? I really think he did a nice job on this, but here we go. And there she is. That is the, like I said, WCW World title, 91 to 94. He's been posting pictures of it. I think he actually uses it as his profile pic now. But let's start off here with the overview. You can see what we got here, and I'm not going to show you what's over there yet because I want to talk about that. But as you can see, he did a very nice job on these plates. Now let's go right into this leather. It is overseas leather as usual, but I gotta tell you, I ordered a belt from Mian last year. I don't remember, it was sometime around the fall. It was a WWF European title, and he did an excellent job on it. It's actually brass, so it's super heavy, but he did an amazing job on the leather and everything, and I've never even sold it. I just kept it because he really did a good job. I'll tell you what, the leather on this is probably 10 times better than that one. He has come a long way. It is soft. It is, very floppy. Look at this. And that's what, WWE belts would be like this. He does a good job. So the only thing I would encourage him to work on is the etching, probably be a little bit more creative. He does a good job on the tooling, on most of this, but you can tell it's just basic clamshell tooling around the edges. But otherwise, he does give you a full belt tip, which is a big plus to me. There were no scratches on the belt. It came amazingly packed in a box with tons of cushioning, and he put it in another case that he makes for you, which I also think is a pretty cool touch. I know a lot of them overseas do that, but I think it's a pretty cool touch. So let's go now to the one issue that I did have, and then we'll get into the plates. The logo plate was either too big, or they didn't cut the leather correctly, or he didn't space this out correctly. If he had added, which I've seen online, some belts, they just add a few more inches here to this box, it would have fit better and it would have looked better, or just get a smaller plate. I did find a guy on eBay that sells them, and I measured it and it is smaller, so I'm gonna probably replace that myself. I did mention it to Mian when he sent me the pictures. I told him I wish that had fit better, and knowing him, he would have fixed it, but I can fix it, and he does so much already, I didn't really want to bother him. But that's the only issue that I had, but sitting in my display, you're not gonna see it. So the rest of the plates, man, I'll tell you, the painting was excellent. There were no mistakes. The plating was very well done. It's super shiny. They are 4mm zinc. And you can see there the thickness. And I have had a hard time finding anything wrong with it. The only thing that I think, and I'm not sure if this is something he can work on, was the main plate didn't seem like the etching was deep enough. It is pretty deep. Let me show you there. It's pretty decent, but I think these stars right here probably could have had more definition. It doesn't pop as much as the original belt, but man, I'll tell you, that's really not a big deal. I am pretty happy with what he did. I already have another belt on order from him. So let's go now. Let's close this up. Overall satisfaction. Customer service, next to none. He is up there with everyone, an absolute 10. His leather, except for, like I said, the predictable shell tooling, I would give it a 7. And only because it's not American, I'm not giving it a 9 or a 10. It does have a different feel. Here's something else that I've noticed, and I even noticed from the belt that I did the review on last time, and I didn't mention it in the video, but I did notice that Usman on my US belt didn't do this. He did not seal the edges of the leather, and that adds a huge difference to the feel of carrying this. When you have that rough edge, this makes a huge difference. On my European, he did not seal it, but on this one he did, so he's come a long way. So, but I'm still giving him a 7. Let's do a 7.5 on the leather. I think this is probably one of the better leathers that I've received from overseas. Plates, they are pretty amazing. Thick, etching was clean. There weren't any mistakes except for that logo plate, which is why I'm going to bring his plate score down to an 8. So, overall satisfaction, I would give him an 8, maybe an 8.5. Like I said, I've already ordered another belt for him. I really think he has come a long way, and if he fixes issues like this, and I'll tell you on my European that was the same issue, except it wasn't too big, it was just the wrong plate. But I told him months later, and he sent me the correct plate at no charge. That's something you don't find every day. So, I want to close with these thoughts. I want to thank you all for the reviews, the awesome comments I got on the last video, and I wanted to express something. Even though Mr. Usman sold me a belt that was not in the condition that I would have appreciated receiving a belt from him, and his customer service was subpar, I don't consider him a scammer. And that there is a difference between a scammer where you send money and you never receive anything to a belt maker that is not 100% invested in his customers' happiness. Mr. Usman instant messaged me after the review came out and asked why I was talking bad about him. And I told him, I'm not talking bad about you. I made an honest review on the product you sent me. And I never heard another word from him. If I had contacted Mian and told him the issues I had with this belt or any other belt, he would have said, don't worry, I will fix it. And that's the difference. There's no reason that we should accept subpar work from anyone. You wouldn't accept it if you bought a car, if you bought a toy for your kid, if you bought something for your house and it didn't work or it didn't look right or it was scratched or it wasn't what you were promised. There's absolutely no reason that we should put up with that. The more we stand up to these overseas makers and tell them we're not going to put up with it by posting reviews, by posting pictures of what you were sold, put them out there so that they know when they crank out a belt, when they're cranking out 100 belts a month, 100 need to be either perfect quality or make 50 at perfect quality, you can't make 100. But the quality needs to step up. Mian has heard my advice, and he has done that, and he has a lot more coming. Mateen is another one that you can count on. That's my review for today, and those are my thoughts. I just wanted to get that out there because it's way too much to write. But I wanted to thank you all again for watching. I have another review coming soon. I'm waiting for that AWA HD belt from Mateen. They're on holiday now, so as soon as he's done, and it'll come, and I'll have an awesome review on that. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day.